Okay, welcome everyone. We have a very special edition of Strategy Talks here today. I say that every time. I gotta figure out a new thing to say. But it is special. We are here with the infamous Jon Slow, one of AoE's most notable clowns. And for those who are not in the know, for those of you who are not hip with it, that means he is an arena map player, or primarily an arena map player. And I was also told that he is part of the Clown Legion, which is, I guess, an arena league here in Age of Empires. And he has team games together with other clowns such as Draken, Derp, Dark Noob, Bloodless. A very fascinating cast of characters by the sounds of it. And yeah, so that's Jon Slow. We're gonna get into his time here on Age of Empires, his time on Twitch, a little more about him, so that plebs in the future could check it out on YouTube and see what life was like back in 2011 when Jon Slow was around. So officially welcome, Mr. Slow. Hello.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello,
Yes.
hello.
Yes, and the first thing, of course, is thanks for joining me here today.
Sure.
Yes. Yeah, so like I said, the interview is my close. Hold on, I gotta fix my camera. I got a new camera and I don't know if you're watching the stream right now, but it's doing interesting things.
It's a green screen. It happens.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how to get the green screen to work properly with this. What is it? God Lord, what is it? This? No, it's not that. Is it this? Oh my God, what am I looking at? I don't even know how to get this thing to work. No, it's not that. Hmm. Okay, all right. We just rock with it with this, whatever it is. All right, okay. So yeah, so let's jump right into it. How long have you been, playing our wonderful Age of Empires?
So I probably played as a kid, like offline. I don't remember what age and so, but online I probably started around the age of 14, something like that, I would say.
All right.
So
Yeah.
19 years now.
Wow, yeah. That's pretty young. So I mean, by now you must be like, the pros of the pros. Is that but yeah. I'm sorry, that's just a little jab. But what do you describe your like pro or AoE career as in your own words?
Uh, could have been better. Could have been more try hard, but I never tried.
Okay. Would you say you have any regrets for probably not taking a grind a bit more serious, or you're pretty comfortable
Oh,
with
no.
you know, fine. Okay. So you don't have aspirations of being a number one someday? No.
Never, no. Age of
Okay.
Empires was always a hobby. It was never like a mean to be number one.
Okay. What about the number one clown? Would you have aspired to be
No,
the number one
I'm
clown?
real not competitive. Like I don't like I want to win, but I don't really care if I'm number one or five or seven or B.
Okay, okay, that's very nice. And so what are like do you have any, so you're not competitive, but do you have any like future aspirations for your like your AoE career, or you just kind of chill and taking it how it comes?
My goals with Age of Empires is basically stream goals. It's not really game
Right.
goals. Like
Okay.
I
No, I do want to get into the streaming in a bit. But for now, I want to hear a bit more about you as an Age of Empires player. So it's always a treat for me when I get one of the older players on the interview because I've only been playing the game for about a year, so I don't know, I literally don't know anything. So I like to hear all the stories about how things were back in like the olden days, for the Hun Wars on HD, et cetera, et cetera. So you started when you were 14, you're 33. So let me get my calculator
HD
out.
is not old. HD HD is not old at all.
Oh, that's not considered old either. So
No.
yeah. Oh, okay, when you were 14, what were you playing on then? Woobly wouldn't have been out then, right? Was it even online back then?
No, no, no. I started on GameSpy And
Games
back
like
then the official servers were on MSN Zone, and that's where
MSN
people,
Zone. God damn.
yeah.
Okay, okay. How was it on MSN Zone? I don't think I've heard anyone talk about that before.
It was basically like Woobly, but with less support and
Right,
a bit worse.
right, right. Were you involved in any clans back on MSN Zone? Any MSN Zone clans?
Yes.
Ooh.
Well, I was raw already back then. Like I started. Well, I had a few clans. Do you want to go over all of them,
No,
or
we
just
don't.
like some
Any
names?
notable ones? Any ones? The top one that comes across to your mind.
So Roar, rulers of Rome. You know them now, probably.
Oh yeah, I saw
The,
a Ra play at one of your games yesterday. Marv, I think.
yeah. So now it's like uh, next generation of rules of Rome. It was one of the oldest
Okay,
clans ever, and
nice.
I was there from the early days.
Um, until you left them for, I guess, Clown Legion, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we won't get into Clown Legion just yet. I still want to hear a bit more about those early days. And okay, so after Amazon Zone, it would have been like HD. Were you?
No, no.
No.
HD HD is in the distant future, man.
Distant
Zone,
future. What the hell?
yes.
Okay, well,
Zone was, what year was that even? I don't remember. It was 2006, 7. I don't remember when Zone closed.
okay.
But when Zone closed, the people like were like there was no official place to play. Like people were searching where to play. Some went to Game Rangers, some
Right,
went to,
right, right.
no, all went to Game Rangers and moved to IGZ, something like that, IGZ, and then it later turned into Woobly, and HD came way after that.
So wait, also Voobly is older than HD. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. Um, all right. So were you at what point did you become like a clown?
Back on Zondays even, like
Wow, that's
I
a
started
long
playing
time
with
ago.
custom scenarios
Right.
and later switched to Michi, and after Michi it was Arena.
Okay, so for those who don't know, not me, I totally know what Michi is. Michi is the one where you have to chop through the trees to get to the enemy, right?
Yes.
Right, right, right. Okay, okay. And what made you switch from Michi to Arena?
Because I got more into one versus one. Michi was, it was hard to feel in team games. People stopped playing, and 1v1 became easier to find, and Arena seemed to be the most enjoyable. So that's where I went.
All right, okay. And so I mean, you've been playing Arena for like over a decade now, and the map is, I guess still an enjoyment for you. Yeah.
That's, still love it.
Okay,
Still
okay.
come online in the hope to play Arena, even though it's harder now.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think, like, what's the longevity for you and Arena? Do you think you could see yourself like, this is like chess or checkers. Like, I'll just play Arena. It's timeless. Or do you think like you'll move on to something else, at some point ever?
In Age of Empires 2, no,
Yeah.
never. I will
Never.
always
Okay.
stick to Arena.
We've heard it here. This guy's Arena for life. He's married to that map and that
Yes.
community. If Jon Slow ever changes paths, they're gonna call you out. Okay, and was there, so back then, Moobly HD, what was the arena scene like? Was there like a thriving scene? Was it like a thing yet? Or was there like no like arena community really? People were just like whatever.
No, when I just started, no one basically almost played the map. Like people had no idea what's a castle push is, what's a man crush. Like people, you could surprise them. Like first time I played Doubt, he was super surprised and almost got wrecked, even though he was Doubt and I was 18 plus. Like people didn't know the meta, and it took them years to learn.
Okay, okay. So would you say then you were one of the people responsible for popularizing Arena?
I think so, yes. Don't want to take full credit, but yes, I helped.
Okay, so you're one of the granddaddies of Arena. That's official. You can officially
Yes.
say Jon Slow, granddaddy of Arena. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, say yes. I want to make it a thing. I don't like, don't hesitate. You know, own it.
I
It's
approve.
fine. Okay, it's very nice. Okay, okay. All right, that's very interesting. And were there any like arena clans back then in the Blue BHG days? Did that ever
Arena clans?
any
No,
arena
it wasn't.
clan? Oh. So it was like a
No, no.
completely casual thing then.
Yeah, it was random players playing arena like
Okay,
from
okay.
time to time.
Oh, excellent. And do you what are you Terra? Are they calling you Terra in the chat?
Yeah, that was my first nicknames, the nicknames that I got
Oh,
famous
okay.
with.
Well, I'll ask you about the names later on, so we won't go into that. Okay, okay. What about tournaments? Were you involved in were there any arena tournaments back then? Blue BHD.
Uh, no, on Bubble HD, of course. Back in the days, no. In Zone, no. But in Bubble, yeah, Master of Arena started as the first arena
Okay.
tournament.
Were you involved in that as like a player or an admin?
I think I played all of them. I played all of them, and I hosted with Draken, the most recent one,
Oh
and
wow.
also played
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I just got distracted by the chat. You said you were involved in all the arena tournaments, right?
as a player, yes.
Oh, as a player, okay.
And
Uh,
the last one as an admin and a host.
yeah, yeah, I saw that. All right. So on here, let me. And do you have any like funny stories from back in the PhD days? You know, when arenas getting on its way, tournaments that happening. Anything of note that ever happened that I should
There's
know
lots
about?
of funny stuff with Arena. There is like a full command on my channel called the memes describing the funniest ones, like how Drakon got his name as a lizard, how Metal won
Uh,
the tournament. Like there are tons of funny stuff. How
okay, well,
clowns became clowns.
yeah, let me hear. Okay, so let's start with that. How did clowns become clowns?
There was a big post on Yoizon, like some Eights Wonder dude
All
made a
right.
post. I don't really remember what he wrote, but it was the first time he called us clowns. And from there it caught on, and everyone started using it.
So
And the
just
clowns adopted it. So
you remember the name of the guy?
Eights Wonder, he's Latvian, was a 2K player back in the days.
Okay. Does he
Yeah.
still play?
No,
Oh, so this guy just came, gave you a disrespectful name, and then just bounced on the community. Oh man,
yeah,
that's rough.
because he realizes he's inferior to clowns, so he couldn't like call us clowns and
Alright.
continue.
Okay, listen, we gotta figure out something Saudi Arabia player.
Arabia plebs.
I mean, sure, but it's not as disrespectful as clown, you know. I was thinking,
Clown is not
I was
disrespectful. Come on.
thinking, well, I guess if you're a clown, then that's just your day job.
We embrace it.
Okay, I was thinking desert rat,
That's
because Arabia's like the desert, and rat is the disrespectful of clown, I think. Probably worse as an insult,
or
but
just people who don't know how to enjoy life. That's
true, but it's too wordy, it doesn't have like a ring to it. Well, it's all right, it's all right. We'll figure it out. We'll caucus the clowns together. We get a nice circus going, and we will figure out a zinger for those Arabia players. But moving on, and you were saying, so give me one more funny story about about arena that and before we move.
how the Dracon, you know who Draken is?
I've heard the name.
He's also known as the Lizard.
How did you get that name?
And there was a Russian arena player called Kiev, and his English was not the best back in those days.
Okay.
So Dracon was playing a show match, I think, with a guy called Metal or TS, and Metal didn't show up or had some issues or so. So Keith jumps in and says, "Let me play. I know how to calm the lizard." Because Draken is dragon and lizard is the translation probably in Russian to dragon.
Oh no.
So he called him the lizard.
There's
And since then, that's how
this
he's known.
there seems to be like no end to disrespecting, the arena players. From the name of the community to everybody's individual names, there's something there. Okay. So what's your like what would you say your play style is like?
Lazy.
Okay, it's
That's
lazy.
my
All right.
style.
Okay. All right. I suppose that's a description. I'm trying to figure out what lazy could possibly look like. The hell does lazy
I
look like?
I try to finish games as
Yeah.
soon as possible with the least amount of effort, with the least clicks possible. Like I want to do a castle on his town center and make him resign. I don't want to micro arches. I
Oh
don't want
my God.
to fix stuff. I
Ah.
just want to do one big boom and finish the game and get the puntos.
Get the puntas. Oh my God. Okay. Um, Very interesting. But yeah, because I saw a post on there's a Facebook group. Let me put a plug in there one time. So they've asked me to plug their group. Um, yeah. Wait, that's not all right. I think it's that. That's a
One
Facebook
sec.
group link in the chat. Anyway, so there was a post on the Facebook Age of Empires group. Well, one of them, and the person said, "Oh, wait, one sec.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
All right, no problem. Yeah, so I was reading a post on one of the Age of Empires Facebook group this morning,
Mhm.
and one of the posts, the guy was like, "Oh, I had this game. This guy, he made 4 layers of walls. He must be like an arena clown. I think it was like an arena. The guy that made 4 layers of walls. Probably some low elo scrubbery." And then people in chat were like, "No, if he's a clown, he would have like one TC dropped to you, as soon as
Exactly.
possible." Yeah, so
Yes.
so that's it. So clowns are all just lazy players who just want one castle drop you and get the game over with, right? That's
Not all of them. Not all of them. There are different
okay.
types of clowns.
So it's not the play style.
No, no.
Okay, all right,
These are very try-hard arena clowns.
right. Well, I think it's good for you to know that there's a perception out there. Like clowns are just all, I don't want to say lazy, but they're all like quick game players. Get that castle down in
No,
front of your base, get in there. Anyway. All right.
as
Well,
lazy
it's
as creative players, not as lazy.
okay, okay. Um, So my next question is usually like what your training is. I'm gonna guess there's no training happening.
Training? What do you mean?
I
If I
know,
do it?
like, do you do micro practice? Do you play games against AI to practice out your builds, or do you just you get in a game and you're like, I'm just gonna play
No,
whatever.
no. Like there was the biggest tournament, my own tournament, Master of Arena 6, and the
Right.
first game I came to play was after a week that I didn't play while I was traveling abroad. So yeah,
Oh no, yeah. So
I
there's
don't
no
practice.
yeah, there's no training regimen going on here.
No.
And then my next question after that is usually what what training advice do you have for us noobs? But I'm gonna guess you got none to tell us noobs. Get in the game and shut
No.
the hell up.
Watch tutorials. Try
Okay,
to
okay.
try to understand what top players do and why, and try to copy till you understand it.
All right. Even though you don't do that yourself. It's giving
No,
us advice that
I
you don't
used
follow
to do
yourself.
it. No, when I was a total noob, now I'm just a noob. But when I was a total noob, like I was watching Rex, I was trying to copy them. I was trying
All
to
right.
learn what they are doing.
Okay. And did it work out for you?
So somehow, like a guy with my speed and motivation shouldn't be 2K, but apparently it
All
worked. So
right. Do you only play Arena on the ladder?
no, I used to, but now with the matchmaking, I don't have a choice but to play other maps.
Oh, really? You play other maps? Okay, that's it. You know what? I'm gonna go check out what's the website where you can see the most maps somebody has played? I think it's AoE No, it's not
Not sure.
AoE Is it AoE Insights? Anybody in the chat know? There's a one of the websites shows you how many maps a player has played.
Yeah,
It's
one of them
not.
definitely knows.
Oh, none of them knows, you say?
No, no, say no.
Oh, it's AoE
AOE knows.
Nexus. Okay, I want to see what Jon Slow's second most played map is. All
I also want to see it too much.
right. Let's see. John's. Why does this show me Vietnam? Um. Okay, what's your name on the ladder?
Jon Slow.
Jon space
No,
SLOW.
no space, no space.
Okay, that's
JON.
fine. All right. Let's see. Maps. Top maps from 1500 matches. Archipelago. Oh, that's win rates. So you have 100% win rate on Archipelago.
Big
Guys,
archipelago player.
I'm trying to see not win rate. There's one of the websites shows you how many games they've played on each map. And I'm derailing my own interview here because I'm spending way too much time on this. And this is not interesting unless you have the answer. Okay, I'm trying one more website. Trying AoE2.club. I think it's AoE2.club. CL.Johnslow. Let's see. All right, okay, here it is. Um, maps. What? All right, okay, I'm gonna move on. I'll try to find it later. Anyway, that's just Juan Franco derailing his own interview. But let's move right on along. Let's go into well, before you go on to Twitch, like so on DE, like what was it like for you when DE came out? Were you excited?
Yeah, very. I was waiting for it.
Okay, okay.
Part of the beta, I was playing.
Oh,
Super excited when it came out.
you were in the beta.
Yes.
And what about it excited you the most? Yes.
I was expecting to give a boost to the game because, like, on Wooble it was hard to
Right.
attract new players, and
Oh,
like
okay.
the game wasn't really growing. It was players just getting older, and I thought we'll give it new blood.
Okay. I mean it. Well, I believe it did that. Would you say that it did that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
are definitely many players improved on the by match, and I don't think it would have been possible in Wooble.
Right, right. What did it do for like the arena community?
If force them to improve, I think, because now they have to play other maps as well, not only arenas. So
Oh, okay.
unless you dodge, but
Okay. Wait, hold on, chat. Are you guys telling me Arabia is the second most played map? That better not
yeah,
be
yes.
Arabia. It had better not be Arabia. Oh no. Okay, 64% hideout. Alright, you're lucky. Better not be Arabia, man. You know, that would be a disrespect to the arena community and all the trials and tribulations, we have faced and all the disrespect as well. So I'm glad to hear it's not Arabia. But anyway, right. So DE came out. It did some good for the it did some good for the overall AoE community. It did good for Arena. So it's been like a positive. I'll ask about AoE 4 later. Okay, so now I want to hear a bit about Twitch. Oh, somebody Reaper said in the chat, by the way, that when DE came out, he took like a week off.
I'm not sure it was a week off, but when new games that I'm interested in come out, I usually take days off, whether it's Age of Empires D or World of Warcraft or Full Mentor. I usually try to take days
Okay.
off and chill a
All right,
bit
all
and
right, all right. Okay, okay, all right. Yeah, so Twitch. Um, you're a pretty big streamer on Twitch. You got like 9,000, close to 10,000 followers. Come on, that's like top 1%. Uh, you know, yeah, on Twitch, like at 9,000 followers, that's like top 1%, man. So, are you full time on Twitch?
no, hell no. This is just a hobby.
Okay. Okay, all right. You see, you're in the top 1%, and then for you, it's just this is just my. I just do this for fun, you know. But I'm in the big leagues. All right, well that's cool. But you did say that you have more aspirations on Twitch than as like a competitive AoE player. What are like your
Yeah.
Twitch aspirations?
Eh, to keep growing. That's like to keep growing.
Okay. Um, do you have any specific goals or just like that general?
No,
Okay,
the
but
more the better. More followers, more subs, more viewers.
yeah. So you're not like, oh, I just want to get like the 15,000 followers. You want to get to a billion. You want to be
Yeah.
the first. If you can
Well,
get to the billion
the,
streams, yeah,
the more
oh,
the merrier.
okay, all right. Yeah, okay. I won't question the hustle. All right. And so you have like a pretty good size audience. Would you say you have a tight-knit community?
I have a what?
Like a tight-knit community?
I don't know what that means.
Or like oh, by the way, is English your first language?
No, it's my third,
Your
but
third language? Goddamn.
yeah.
Jeez. Okay. Putting us monolinguists to shame. No. Like a
Ah,
close community.
tight. Okay, I thought
Tight,
you
yeah.
meant one word. Tight community.
Yeah.
Yeah, kinda. Yeah, we have a very nice clownish community
Good.
around my stream, and I really like it.
Ah, that's very nice. And like, so what has the community like meant for you personally? It's like a person, streamer.
A bunch of clubs I can have fun with, like
All right, okay.
basically something to chill with.
All right, well that's pretty good. It's always nice when you have a nice community there that you can have fun with. So
Yeah.
that's good to hear. Do you have any like plans with the community that you planned,
I'm sure we would have done a meeting already if there wasn't COVID bullshit.
Okay.
But thank you, COVID. But yeah,
Uh,
I don't see it happening soon.
all right, so you want to do some Jon Slow community meetups?
Not on slow, but like, yeah, probably like get all the clowns, chill somewhere together.
Is it gonna be like anywhere close to the Caribbean so I can come, or it's gonna be
Yeah,
some European thing
Amsterdam.
again?
It has to
Ah,
be Amsterdam.
yeah. Everything's in Europe with you guys, that's
Yes.
fine. Somebody has to take one for the team and do something down here in South America. Fine.
No,
Yeah, it's
it's
okay.
too
It's okay.
far. It's too far.
That's all right. It's all right. Maybe I'll put something on. All right. Okay. So how long have you been on Twitch?
Or 6 years.
Five,
Not
six
sure.
years. Okay.
Not sure when I started. I'm counting by apartments. Like 2 years here, 3 years in the old apartment, and like half a year in the apartment before that. So something like 5.5 years, something like that.
Nice. And I mean, well, that's good growth for 5.5 years. I've been streaming for a year and I'm up to like 1,100 followers. That's not pretty bad.
It's nice.
So like 5 years, I should be up to 5,000. Of course, growth doesn't work like that.
Yes.
So we'll see. Also, before I forget, I'm doing like a donation one for August. So if anybody in the chat wants to sub or donate, they can do so. The proceeds go into um, a nonprofit in Nigeria that I'm doing some volunteer work with. If you want, you can donate directly to them as well via the link in my chat. They'll appreciate any American dollars they can get down there. Trust me, it goes a long way. Anyway, so back to the interview. Um, I think the last question was, what was my last question I asked you about Twitch?
How long have I been
All right,
streaming?
how long have you been streaming? Yeah, okay. Um, right. So now I wanna kind of get into your opinions on Age of Empires, as a franchise. And I think the first thing is to ask is, like Age of Empires 4, are you are you in the beta that they just
Yeah,
had?
yeah.
Without crossing an NDA, did you have fun? You played a bit?
I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say. I guess
I don't know
it's.
either.
I don't think
Maybe
it will replace Age
alright,
of
okay.
Empires 2,
Right.
but
It's a game, it
but
exists. That's about as much as
it's.
we
I played it.
right. Damn, we can't even say if the arena exists on there or not. We can't even. God damn. Okay, all right. So we move past it. So more generally, without talking anything about the payment. Oh, were you involved in the alpha? The alpha
No,
testing?
no,
Oh, they didn't
no.
invite you? Oh man, disrespectful. The one of the most infamous clowns in all of AoE2, and they didn't want your
They're
input
all
for
dead to me.
AoE4.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess we know what that means in terms of arena community for AoE4. That's all we say about that because we don't want to break our NDAs. All right.
Mm,
And but do you plan to play AoE4?
yeah, definitely,
Okay, you're gonna play.
definitely.
Okay, let's say AoE4 does not have an arena on it. Still gonna play?
Yes. At
Oh,
least
even
at the
with no
start.
arena? Okay, all
Yes.
right. Do you do you see yourself like converting your Age of Empires 2 stream into Age of Empires 4 stream?
Mix of both. I don't think again that it will replace H2. I don't think people will stop playing H2, but if it will be good, I see myself playing both.
Okay, all right, you play both. That's it's pretty nice. And Stir293 in the chat says there's always DIY arena. So you and your
True.
component can just agree in advance that we'll build walls and then start the game. All right, very interesting. Um, have you ever played Age of Empires 3? Try it out at all?
3, yes, when it came out, I played it for a couple of weeks
But it didn't stick.
till everybody basically stopped.
Does Age of Empires 3 have arena?
No,
No, that's why it
not
failed.
that I remember.
Now we know why it
Exactly.
failed. That's the only reason. It didn't
Yes.
have an arena. I hope Age of Empires 4 devs are listening in. Arena, man. That makes or break Age of Empires game. You don't get that arena, you don't got nothing. Right?
I honestly don't know. Like, it's not breaking the NDA if I don't know if it has
Well,
arena
no,
or
we're not
not.
talking about the beta. We're talking about let's say AoE4.
Yeah,
We're just saying if it doesn't have arena, you're not gonna have a game. Simple as that.
true,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Okay, anyway. And what are your thoughts on like the current balance of Age of Empires 2?
Eh, well, some thieves are OP, especially the new thieves.
Right.
I'm talking about arena balance because that's the only thing that matters. The new
Right.
thieves like Burgundians, Bohemians are very, very strong on arena.
Right.
Uh, Without them, there were still good thieves. Like, there are many good thieves. I guess all in all, it's not the worst situation ever, but like it can use a few tweaks.
Okay. So you're saying but right now as it is, arena balance on Age of Empires 2 is no point.
It's fine. Like, as long as you play random Civ, you should always enjoy it. Like,
Okay.
you should get good games.
But he's playing random subs in ranked, are they? At least at my elo, they never like
That's why you don't get. That's why you stay in your elo. If you want to get better, you
ah
have to play random. You have
I
to
didn't say
learn.
I don't play random. I say those
Ah,
plebs. They don't play
those
random.
plebs need to learn. They need
Okay,
to
all
enable it. It's
right.
in the clown book, in the law.
Okay, so at the high elos, do they go random?
Most people, not all,
Oh,
but
that's good.
most, I
Yeah,
guess.
that sounds much more. That sounds better.
At least the decent people.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds like it'll be much more enjoyable than if you get like a nice variety of different sips. But like at like my elo, like 1300, ticks. But like what else? I don't even know. I stopped playing Arena 1v1 at my level. I don't even know what else they do there. I'm sure just Burgundians. Right, true. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so I'll tell you guys a story. So it's like I think this was like maybe last year, September or so. I was like 1200, like 1150, and I was like, okay, well, I want to improve. And Arena is my favorite map. So I leave it on band on 1v1 ranked, right? But I had a streak of like I think it was like 4 games in a row. They all just went ticks. And then like the last game, I was playing like Slavs, and I was doing all kinds of shit, man. I was bombing the front of his base. I had 2 mangonels at the side. I had hussars going in, but I just couldn't like beat that like 4 parcel to defend with the bomb. We had cannons in the front, sniping your trebuchets. And like he won in the end, and I was like, all right, that's it. I'm never playing 1v1 arena again. And I've never unbanned Arena 1v1
How dare
till
you?
that day. And Arena's my favorite map. Arabia's
So
not
you
my
should
favorite map. Arena's my
unban it.
favorite map. But it broke my heart. I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Can't. No, guys, only I still play Arena 4v4s. Arena 4v4s is peak Age of Empires in my opinion. You play a 4v4 Arena, you can't get better than that anyway. That's it. That's a height. At least in my humble opinion. Anyway, that's enough about me. Let's get back to this interview. So in terms of like the balance, okay, and what do you think that devs need to do with new civs, like introducing new civs to make them not broken for Arena? Do you have any particular like ideas about that?
No, but I guess they need to make them broken to so people will try to buy the DLC, and
Maybe.
it makes sense to make them strong, but they need to like fix them faster.
For Burgundians, they've been fixed for the most part, but they're still super strong in Arena, right?
Yes, they're amazing
Yeah.
arena.
Do you think it's just because they only balance it for like Arabia 1v1s, and that's why they sort of become unbalanced for Arena? Do you think that's in your opinion?
I'm not sure. In the end, like Saison, how do you pronounce it? Like the lead developer, he's an arena clown, so
Oh, right. So
He
that's the
should
answer
know
as
what
well.
he's doing.
Well, he doesn't do the balance for the game. He said that I watched his interview with on. He says he doesn't do the balance for the game.
Uh,
Interestingly, though, I played with a few other developers. They're mostly all clowns, and that's
Really?
insane, right? Yeah.
So
Um.
they should contact me and get some clown info before they do stuff.
Yeah, yeah. They have like they try to play the game weekly. I mean, I'm not sure. I think that's private information. I mean, they play the game. That's wow. That should be a big. That shouldn't blow anyone's mind. But I do know, some of them do play Arena. So the game's in good hands, which is weird since Arena's kind of busted it, kind of. But all right. Um, I don't really want to talk about. You have any deathmatch versus Empire Talk opinions?
I don't like both.
Okay, this is you're the first person who's come on to say, true about it.
I hate that they push Empire Wars so hard down the throats. Like it's not really that they push it. Just I mean, all the tournaments are there right now on Empire Wars, and it's ridiculous in my opinion.
But shouldn't this be good for Arena? I know one of the common complaints about Arena is Dark Age is like an ultra snooze fest. Wouldn't it be better for the facelift for Arena if we can just skip to the feudal? You don't think
No,
so?
Dark
No?
Age is a bread and butter. Like you cannot keep it's
Uh,
ignorant people who say that
what do
stuff.
you do with Arena Dark Age? What do? You make it 24, 26 builds, and then you go up. You're not doing anything. Unless you do like
Yeah,
a
but you
tower
need to.
rush.
That's a beautiful. That's a beauty. You need to know how to do it. It's like you need to piece by piece to make it.
Okay, but for like the viewer experience, what about like the viewer experience?
That's why you need to be a decent caster and be able
Okay,
to
okay.
chat with your viewers
All right,
and
John.
entertain them, even if it's not a lot of stuff is happening.
So Jon Slow is calling us. It's not the map. It's you. You need to get your
Yeah,
casting better. Don't blame the map for the boring
exactly.
experience. All right, okay. Okay, I respect that, Mr. Star. I respect that. And All right. Okay. Now, my next question here is, what do you think about laming? But that's not. You don't have to care about that. You gotta care about laming. You
No.
play arena.
Well, back in the days, you could lame in arena, but
Oh
not
yeah.
anymore. Back in the
Okay.
days, boars and sheep spawned outside, so you
Balls
could
used to
actually,
spawn outside. What?
yeah, outside of the walls. Yeah.
This has to be an AUD, right? This can't. In DE? Was that in DE?
On the ink, it was never a thing, but on
Okay.
Woobly, it was a thing.
Man, that sounds insane. Balls used to spawn outside. Oh man.
Not always, sometimes.
So how was like before they removed the possibility to lame on arena? What do you think? You think it was like, yeah,
Yeah, I
okay.
like it. It's fun. Like I hate being lamed, but it adds it adds fun to the casting to the viewers.
So Dark Noob 92 in the chat is calling it. He says Jon Slow is one of the biggest lamers ever. Oh, Mr. Slow. It is what it is.
I don't remember that
Don't
actually, but
don't hate the
yeah, if I
player.
can lame, I will lame.
Don't hate the player, hate the game, right?
Yeah.
All right. So they say you're the MBL of Arena. Oh no. I am I'm a lame. I'm an anti-lamer, so I'm going right. I'm moving straight past this because we're gonna get in a fight here. My next question is like the wall meta, but we're playing arena here. Walls are light. Walls are beautiful. Walls are where
Walls
it's
are
at.
beautiful,
Walls are
and
beautiful.
that just shows why Arabia plebs are Arabia plebs because they take Arabia, they say, "Oh, we like open maps. Open maps are fun," and then they go and vault minute 5, and they play arena. So what the hell? What are you complaining about? Play arena from the start. Why extra steps?
uh, calling out those Arabia clowns. That's right, Mr. Slow. That's right.
You know,
Okay, so I think it's your for the wall meta then. What's against that? You're like, whatever. Or do you
I
prefer
like
now
the
that
wall.
already? So you don't
No,
mind.
I don't mind walling as long as you don't complain about walling. So what I hate most is people who go and write essays on AoE Zone and complain in chats about walls, and then they go and wall minute 3. That's the
Ah,
worst that can happen. If you
okay,
say that you are pro walls and you wall, no problem, do it. But don't
okay,
be a hypocrite.
okay, no problem. And I'd like to thank Heisenberg AOE, Still293, and Joaquin RGR420 for following the stream. Appreciate the support. All right. Okay, so this next question is like who are your AOE friends? Do you have any friends in AOE?
Friends.
Yeah, who are your
Like
friends? Not a
probably
trick question.
the CL guys, my close viewers, like those are
Okay.
the guys I talk the most with.
All right. So who's in the Clown Legion? Actually, who's in the Clown Legion?
Dark Noob,
All right.
Blizzard, Bloodless, Derp, Ramaku, Buddy, and Collins, may he rest in peace.
Oh, that's a deceased member of
No, he just
oh
left
my
CL,
god.
but
Oh my god, he
but
just
he's dead.
left? Why not? Jesus.
He retired, so basically he's dead to
Okay,
us.
all right. All right, okay. I mean, and the CL is real life. You leave, it's like he left like the mafia or something. Jesus. Okay, all right. And what did he just leave the game? He went to another clan?
Yeah, no, he stopped playing.
Oh,
He's
he
too
didn't
cool
even like
now.
leave for an extended just stop playing the game and he's
Yeah,
oh my god. Okay, all right, no problem. And so you call Draken Lizard. You guys just give up on his normal name then?
yes,
Oh
yes.
my god.
He adopted the lizard.
I mean his name is still listed as Draken on Wikipedia. So I mean but all right, whatever.
Yeah, but
Okay. So who are your viewers? You said you interact with some of the viewers. I
yeah,
maybe that's
basically,
not. I don't know if I want to call them AoE friends. I don't know. That might be a bit stalkery. I don't know. Some streamers have issues with that.
no,
So who are
it's online friends. Yeah,
all
there is
right?
no
Okay,
problem
all
with it.
right. Who who are your online friends then? Who are your viewers that you online?
Also, we basically have CL, which is
We're enough about
big
CL.
boys,
Good
and
as
then
one.
we have True CL.
Oh, okay. True
CL,
CL.
which is a true clown legion, and those are the closest viewers, basically.
Well, who are the closest viewers?
For
You just
example,
don't wanna.
here,
If you wanna call their names, that's fine as well.
now here in the chat, Trek is True CL, Marinto or Martino is True CL, Joshua is True CL, Heisenberg is True CL, Reaper is just
True CL.
the
Ah,
worst.
ah.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good. Well, I'm glad to have True CL in the Juan Franco chat. That brings me joy as an arena enthusiast myself. It's good to have the true cell. Oh, I shouldn't call you guys true cell. That has a different connotation on the internet. I don't know if you guys know about that, but that's for another stream. Okay. So my next question is usually like I should probably save this for the toxicity section. Maybe I should ask this now. Or maybe I should ask this on the streaming under the streaming Twitch category. But have you had any experience with like what do they call it? It's um it's like when your Twitch fans get a little bit too connected to you, or like there's the boundaries. There's some boundary issues between streamer and fan. Have you had any experiences with that?
Yeah, the dark noob dude doesn't stop. Like he keeps messaging me daily, like,
Oh
oh,
God.
exclamation mark rank, exclamation mark.
Oh my
But no,
God.
you need to know it's an inside joke. But
Okay, yeah, I figured that. But so it sounds like you've had a pretty smooth experience with your Twitch fans then. No, no
yeah,
stalkers or
there
anything.
are some weird guys, but yeah,
Okay.
most of them are delights.
All right, all right. Marinto's asked me to ask you about exclamation mark rival. How was that?
So basically, there is a command in the chat that compares the rating of me and Dark Noob, and every time that he's even 1 point above me, he comes in, oh, exclamation mark ranker, and he's happy. And then I pass him in rating, and he disappears from chat for weeks till he passes me. But now he's at a very high rating, so he's like
Oh wow.
completely
Yeah,
happy with
I'm gonna
what he
show
got.
I'm gonna show my screen here for a sec. It says here on the trivia for what is this, Dark Noob? Uh, on the trivia, his Age of Empires 2 idol is Jon Slow.
That's true. I'm also his daddy.
Okay, we can't say that on my stream. This is a family-friendly stream, Mr.
Ah,
Slow. You're gonna get me TOS by Twitch. You get the big numbers. I'm not protected.
yeah.
They don't care about me. They'll Thanos step my account in like a second.
I'm used to my channel. Sorry, that's.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You guys could see all that smart
I'll
over
behave.
on
I'll
the
behave.
on the
Yes.
10K viewers. All right. Anyway, all right, that's pretty good. Um, so I wanna get a bit trivia about you. I had like two questions in this segment. I gotta figure out stuff to ask here. Um, so what's the name? What's the origins of your name?
Jon Slow.
Well, say for the
Uh,
viewers at home who don't know. I know, but for the
um, so the origin is, well, I really like Game of Thrones when it was still good, when it just came out. And Jon Snow was my favorite character there. And once I got tired of my nicknames, I switched it to Jon Snow. And I was playing with it, and Miguel, I think, was the first who came to my chat and was like, "You're not Jon Snow, you're Jon Slow," because I was playing super slow. And I said, "Hey, it's funny," and I'll adopt it. And since then, I'm Jon Slow.
nice. So shout out for Miguel for actually coining the name of one of AoE's most notorious clowns. And what were your previous names then?
Jon Snow. I had some random names like Green Day, Schofield, some stuff like that. I had Terror was the one that I had for the longest time,
Right.
obviously. Before that, Betty Gola.
Okay.
And yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Very nice. And what else do I have here? And well, your symbol is obviously a play on Jon Snow, the character. So now that your opinion of Game of Thrones has soured, have you thought about changing the name? Is it too
No,
late for you now?
I love it. It's forever. I don't think I'll ever change it.
Okay, okay. Um, am I allowed to ask what your real name is? Am I allowed?
Al- Alexei.
Alexi?
Alexei, yes.
Oh, well in Trinidad that's I mean I don't it's usually like a female name down here, but I think it's pronounced different. I think
Yeah.
Alexi,
No,
Alexi is how you
yeah.
pronounce it, spell that. But it's all right. You'll always be Jon Slow to me. Okay. Um, I got what's your PC setup? I didn't want to know what your PC setup is unless you have some weird out of the
Oh,
box.
something standard.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna get into toxicity and Age of Empires controversies. I'm doing a complete interview here. I
Oh
have
boy.
to at least ask my guests, if they want to address any incidents, controversies they've been a part of in the past. And given that you've been here for 19 years, it's hard for me to imagine that you have not been involved in anything at all. And of course, chat, you can feel free to chime in as well. But is there anything you want to address? I think it's the first thing. Anything you want to address, Mr. So?
I don't remember that there was in any controversies
Okay,
actually.
okay. And that'll be a first. Everybody's on here. Everybody
The
else
viewers
does
will probably throw shit. What did I do controversial? I don't remember.
justice for Shrek.
Just as first.
There's the MOS dispute. I don't
Oh,
think they're trolling you. Who did you scam?
I scammed Shrek once.
Oh no. It sounds like it was a friendly scam, but it sounds like you actually scammed. Did he
So it's
commit
a
a
friendly
cybercrime?
scam.
Was it a cybercrime or
I didn't pay him his $5 from a show match
come on,
because
moving on. I mean,
no, but that's because I was sure that I paid him, and
alright.
he subscribes every month anyway. So I'm telling him just don't subscribe next month. It will be even. Why feed PayPal? but,
Okay, alright.
no.
I mean, a $5 AoE scam doesn't seem that bad to me. Heisenberg says, ask him about the racist slurs he says to his loyal viewers. I don't know if we're gonna get into awkward territory here, but that was
Ah,
said in the chat.
I have never said anything racist in my life.
Okay, Heisenberg, being bad. Alright, well, I mean, the people are here, and so far they haven't come up with anything. You can't think of anything. So I guess, Mr. Slow, congrats on a very reputable 19 years, even the best of the best have been embroiled. What the most these guys have on you is a $5 scam to one of your friends. So I think that's it's pretty good. Thank you for the follows. Wanna go on Mike? TG Tuesday. How would that be a scam? What's a scam in TG Tuesday? I don't even.
They
Um.
expect him on Tuesday, but it doesn't always happen.
Okay. Somebody said, oh, "Wow, amazing." Somebody says, "What do you call Jorge? George? I can't pronounce that name."
Jorge.
Okay. What do
How
you
do I call
pronounce?
him?
I don't know.
Idiota? How do I call him?
You can call Jorge an idiot. That's not a controversy. I don't know him, but
Yeah,
you can call anyone an idiot. So
exactly.
Jon Slow is bringing a piece to the middle. I don't want to talk about that. That's I am. I hope you wouldn't embroil in any controversies with that, but I'm.
Oh, was it that controversial? And me and Hera went on the Twitter.
Oh no. Oh, you were in a Twitter war with Hera. So that sounds a bit dicey. I know
Yeah,
Hera's a guy that speaks his mind. I don't know. I know his background is Palestinian. Um, were you involved in a kerfuffle with a Palestinian as a Israeli citizen? Is that what
in a
I'm to
what?
gather? And a kerfuffle?
Falafel? What is a
It's
falafel?
like it's like a very PC way to say you were in an argument with a Palestinian. I guess that a
No,
kerfuffle.
never, never.
Okay, all right. Well, your viewers and fans who know you the best, they seem to think differently, but you know, it's up to
Don't
you.
trust them.
Okay, I won't trust them. He has a country IP thing where you can see where viewers are from, and when I look, we have like two from Iran. Okay,
Really? I never seen that.
okay, I'm okay.
Maybe they're
I
watching. Now I'm scared.
it's whatever. People from wherever can watch it. I don't even want to get into that. I get you guys are getting dangerously into TOS territory, and I only have 1,000 viewers. I can quit will in an instant. Okay, so
I don't think
Heisenberg
so.
is
I
saying
don't think
something
that
here again.
happens.
I mean, I'm playing around. I mean, tongue in cheek. I mean, I stream on. I shouldn't probably shouldn't say it. I won't say what it's about. So no, let's not worry about that. I was not about to say anything to admins and staff who's listening. All right, okay. So I'm gonna move on from the AoE controversies, since apparently Jon Slow has had a very decent 9 years. What about toxicity? Have you have you ever been a toxic load yourself, or have been faced with any toxicity from AoE or Twitch community?
Mm, Sometimes, like there are some weird guys that join the Discord or stream from time to time and needs to get banned, and but usually no, not a lot of toxicity. Like sometimes they can get mad, but not really toxic.
Okay, okay. All right, so so you've had a pretty smooth time then, overall. Can't
I
complain.
think so, yes.
Okay, nice, nice. So that's you know, a lot of other streamers and players, they haven't gotten away as easily. It's pretty cool. Oh, so your viewers are saying it's not that there's nothing controversial to talk about, it's that they don't want to get me banned. Okay, I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. Nobody in the chat is agreeing that your stream is smooth.
No, but
But
because they bring it, they try to raise
yeah,
politics
they are
and
the
usually,
toxic lords. They are the toxic lords.
yes.
John.
Usually I'll allow that because like I don't have a problem with that. If people want to talk politics, they can talk politics. But when it becomes a main thing, then
Yeah, yeah.
that's when I try to go against it.
Don't bring our boy Jon Slow down to you guys' level, okay? Just because you guys want to be edge lords, it doesn't mean that we have to pin it on Jon Slow as well. They're saying your stream is a lawless play. Oh my god. All right. Well, okay. Well, that's for you guys to look good. And my next question after I ask about toxicity and the controversies is political opinions. I'm not sure what I'm gonna get myself into here, but I do a complete interview. I ask everyone, so I also have to give you an opportunity to, if you have anything, if you're involved in any active politics, or if you have any opinions that are important to you, to share.
I have very strong opinions, but it's mainly Israel related. But you can say I'm usually always in the center. Like
Right,
I don't like extremists from both sides. I really
right,
hate extremists. I really don't like religion.
right.
And I'm always in the opinion that everybody should be able to do whatever the hell they want as long as they don't, as long as it doesn't affect other people, and that's how people should live, in my opinion.
Yeah. So since I started playing Age of Empires and on myself, I've actually met a lot of Jewish players. So to give you guys context, so in Trinidad and Tobago, I actually looked it up, and it's listed at about exactly 50 Jewish people in the in the whole country. But needless to say, I've never actually met anybody from Israel or any Jewish individuals in real life. So, all my experience has been like, meeting people um, through the internet. So this is actually, a rare opportunity to me to engage with somebody like from Israel itself. So, so thank you, for sharing your opinions there. Um, well, how has it been, for you personally as, you're, I guessing, around the conflict in some capacity? Have you ever had any close calls? Are you close to like the zones wherever it gets attacked?
Um, well, when was it the last thingy? A couple of months ago, there was a rocket that landed a few blocks away from me.
Ooh,
That was the closest, I guess.
wow.
But all in all, mostly calm and peaceful. Like
Okay. And what is your outlook like, for the future
of
in terms of,
Israel.
well, let's just keep it to you personally. What's your outlook like for your peace and stability, Right.
That's the same. I
Okay,
guess
okay.
nothing needs to
Optimistic
change.
then, optimistic then.
Yeah,
Yeah. I suppose I can't trouble you to solve the peace in the Middle East dilemma, right? I can't ask you. You don't have
give me give me 2 weeks in the leadership, and I will fix all.
you introduce Arena
I,
to them, right?
I will fix all
Yeah, you,
exactly.
we just need some 44's Arena. And we'll that might make things worse actually. Because they might end up
Yeah.
playing Arabia after, and then it'll be a whole thing. And someone say, "Oh my God, I won't even repeat that, Mr. Dave underscore Hunt. That'll definitely get me banned." Okay. All right. So moving right along, while my channel is still up and active, um, my favorite part of the interview, hobbies and interests and family. Oh,
Okay.
yeah. No, why do you say it like that? You don't have any hobbies or interests or family?
Ah, no, I thought you liked your saying the general topics and we go one by one. Uh,
Well, no,
but
no. I'm not gonna. You don't have. No, I didn't mean you have to answer all in one shot. That's the topic area that we're about to venture in.
yeah, that's what I said. Let's go.
Okay, okay. So, what's Jon Slow like when he's not by a computer? Like, what are you doing when you're not? No?
Well, mostly I'm in front of the computer,
Okay,
either during work or during playtime.
okay, just like
Uh,
me then.
what?
I say just like me then.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So most of the time in front of the monitors, and if not in front of the monitors, I'm either with the dog, the cat, my girlfriend, or doing sports.
All
That's
right. So,
basically
what sports do you play?
it. Football, football
Okay.
and gym.
Is football very big in the wider Israeli community?
Yeah, it's a most popular sport for
Okay,
sure.
nice, nice. Same down here in Trinidad. We have cricket as well. So we're one of the big cricket countries in the world, but we don't gotta talk about cricket. But yeah.
It's not a real sport.
Ah!
I'm
Oh,
joking.
you might get mugged down here for saying that. Yeah, okay. So the interesting thing is, so far every like 2,000 plus Age of Empires player I've spoken to plays at least once now and again, or like is very active. I'm starting to think there's some kind of link between physical health and being able to focus at tasks like video games. I'm starting to think there's kind of link there.
Not sure.
Okay, yeah. All right. So, okay, well, do you have any like what line of work are you involved with? Say you work on a computer. You gotta get the
Uh,
specifics. It just be broad.
I'm a programmer.
Oh, you're a programmer. So
Yes.
that means you have the ability to hack Age of Empires then.
No, not really. Hacking is not security is not
Okay, okay.
my line, but
All right. But you can if you wanted to.
I could learn how and try, but I don't think I can.
Okay. But you definitely can if you put your mind to it. All
Definitely.
right. So we heard it here in Grand Franco Stream first, folks. Jon Slow can hack Age of Empires if he wants to. So just gonna let that be known. And all right, is this a career that you're passionate about, or just for the money? I don't know what I'm asking here. Your thoughts on your programming career?
Obviously, money is the most important thing, but I also like it. Like I don't suffer while I work. Like I
Right,
enjoy
right.
it, and there is good money in it, so that's a perfect
Okay,
combination.
that's very nice. All right. Have you ever thought into like programming for video games?
Yes, thought about it and I think it could be fun, but it will be very hard to do the switch because from being a senior in something to the switch to be a complete newbie in something else is it's not
Yeah.
easy.
Okay, so your chat really wants me to know that there was a time you played WoW while you were supposed to be working. They really want me to
that,
to know that that's
that
what you get
never
up to.
happened. That's fake news.
Oh, okay. It's fake news or it's fake news,
No,
you know?
fake news.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. And what other games do you play then? WoW,
Uh,
obviously.
World of Warcraft and
Obviously.
Football Manager.
Football Manager.
Yeah,
Not even a little
love it.
FIFA, you play the football. Do you play with the players in the Football Manager?
No, you just manage the team.
The
You're the
hell?
manager.
What?
It's super addictive. I love that game.
Okay. Oh, probably better. I'm not gonna repeat that on my stream. I'm sorry, my friend. Okay, you play Football Manager and WoW. All right. Um, did you ever get involved heavily in any other games other than AoE2?
The- What's heavy like?
Yeah, close to being addicted, I suppose. No, not really.
No,
What other genres have you browsed? So you play MMORPGs, you play whatever Football Manager is, you play RTS.
FIFA maybe.
Okay.
Uh,
FPS.
no, I hate shooters.
Ah, you hate shooters. Okay,
Hate
interesting.
shooters. Too much APM needed.
You want too much APM?
Yeah,
Not that. It's not that bad. Oh my. Well, now I know I like Football Manager. You have no APM for that.
exactly. In Full Manager, you can be as slow as you want, as calm as you want.
Okay, okay. Puzzle games, made puzzle game,
No,
Pokemon. No. All right,
I
okay.
did play some Pokemon as a kid, but
Okay.
no.
AoE, WoW, and Football Manager. We get the point.
Yeah,
That's what.
yeah.
All right. Um. Okay. So let me ask you a bit about country and culture. Any favorite foods?
I guess seafood
Yeah.
maybe. I love everything.
Okay. All
Like
right. All right.
I don't have a favorite. Cookies, it has to be cookies, right?
What's local Israeli food like?
Uh, Not the best. Like, well, depends on like in Israel, you usually if it's Israeli food, it has to be kosher, right? And kosher food is not really the best you can get.
What's kosher
Like,
mean? What's that mean?
uh, it's what Jewish people can eat. Like, you cannot mix milk and meat and
Oh, okay.
stuff like that.
I thought it was just like you had to like bless the food or something. Oh, I don't know. Because we have in Trinidad we have a pretty big Muslim population, and they have what's called like halal.
It's like halal, but
Yeah.
for Jewish. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I know what halal is just like you basically just have to bless the food if you're eating like chicken. But it sounds like kosher
You
is a
need to
bit more.
bless. You need to bless if you're eating, if you're Jewish, but like, I don't do that.
So you're not necessarily a fan of like the local cuisine. But
No, I guess hummus can be nice and
yeah.
stuff like that, but no, I prefer different
I did
fast food.
apply once for an online job with an Israeli company. They did
Which
like
one?
I think it was like an ads education company. In
Oh,
my background, ads education. So I was thinking maybe I might end up in that side of the world someday. So if I was to touch down in Israel tomorrow, what would be the first thing I should eat?
hummus, I guess. It has to be
Hummus. Okay.
hummus.
It's strange. Like, I always associate hummus with like I think Ireland. They eat that over there. I always see it in the movies. Ireland and hummus.
No, it's the Arabs and the Israelis who eat
Okay,
hummus.
okay, it's pretty interesting. All right. And your chat is saying that you prefer Eastern European food. What's Eastern
No,
European food?
I
What is
I
it?
hate Russian food, I guess. That's what they mean, because I'm Russian originally, in Belarus.
Oh, you're from Russia?
Originally from Belarus.
Oh, you're from Belarus. You know what? Do you have a Belarusian accent?
I
Or
don't
it's more
think so.
Israeli? It's more an Israeli accent.
No, more Israeli, I guess.
So before I played Age of Empires 2, I used to play WoW, and before that, I played Apex when it came out in like 2018. And one of my Apex friends was a Belarusian.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I got him on Facebook. Why do you say, oh boy? What's he say?
Let's pray for him now.
What was brave? What's brave about having a Belarusian friend?
No, because who knows if he's fine now? Yeah, well,
Oh, you mean
it will.
because there's a conflict over there? Did he move? I think he may have moved recently. I think he had like a job opportunity in like Norway or something.
No, that's good.
I don't know. Yeah, yeah. Should probably check in on him, shouldn't I?
Yeah,
So,
let's hope he escaped.
how do you how do you end up moving to Israel?
Chernobyl happened, and my parents didn't want to stay there. So,
Oh, yeah, damn. Were you alive for Chernobyl? Was that?
yeah, it was 89, right?
Oh
And I
shit!
was born in 87.
Wow. Okay, so Chernobyl happened, and your parents moved to Israel.
Wait,
Ah,
was it 89 or 86? 89, I guess. Yeah.
somewhere. Oh, so are you so you're not ethnically Jewish then?
No, I am Jewish, but
Oh, okay. Is that why they chose Israel?
yeah, because like say, my grandfather, I think he applied for a visa to the US because we have some relatives there, but it took too long to get a
Oh.
response, so they just said, okay, we're Jews, we can go to Israel. So
Oh, so you almost came to the US.
I know they applied, and I don't know what was going on with that,
I wonder what
but it
state
took time.
you would have landed in. Could you give us like your best American accent? Let's hear what Jon Slow in an alternate universe sounds like right now.
I have no idea how to do American accent.
Ah,
Yeah,
you telling me in your entire 33 years of life you've never imitated an American accent?
never.
Ah, so lame. Okay, okay. You ever been back to Belarus? You visited it?
Once, yes, never again.
Oh God, did you not have a good time?
No, it was fine, but the country is like it's a dictatorship, and I don't want to go
Okay,
there.
okay, okay. Do you have a lot of family still in Belarus, or people pretty much?
If the Belarusian Mossad is watching, I don't have family there, but
Okay, all right. Well, okay, I didn't know that was
but yeah, I have some an uncle.
okay. I think I'm gonna move on from asking more questions about Belarus. All right. Okay. So, what's your favorite non like local Israeli food then? Do you like anything? People like pizza. People like burgers, pasta. Come on,
But
man.
it's not Israeli food. Like
Doesn't
I
have to
love
be Israeli.
sushi.
What's your best? Okay, there
I
we
love
go.
sushi. I love seafood. I love burgers. I love pizza. I love desserts. I love
Okay,
everything.
very nice. Very nice. Okay, that's very nice. Have you like visited a lot of places around the world? Been to Belarus, you've been to Israel, been anywhere else?
Yeah, plenty of places.
Nice.
Most of Europe, not most, but a lot of countries in Europe.
Like in car, I'll be like flying around.
No, I had some road trips. I flew
You,
around. Like I was
you
a
know,
lot of
because
a
I
lot of
live on
countries.
an island, I almost feel like road tripping to other countries doesn't count. Like I almost feel like
Yeah,
it does because I have to fly anywhere in the world. I literally have to fly there. It kind of feels
same
like,
same for me.
well, you said you road trip around Europe.
Yeah, but I had to fly there first because
Oh,
in the north enemies, in the
oh my God.
in the east enemies, in the west sea, in the south enemies. Like
Okay, so you have to
I'm
fly
surrounded.
to Europe and then drive around.
Yeah,
Okay, so you haven't been around the Middle East as much then.
No, it's a Middle East, only Israel, and yeah, I never even been to Jordan or Egypt, only Israel.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. All right. Any favorites that you visited?
Netherlands, I love Netherlands. I
Okay, nice.
love England.
Did you visit the Viper while you were in Netherlands?
No, why Viper? He's not from Netherlands.
Oh, I thought, was he from Norway?
He's from Norway, living in Germany, and
God
I
damn.
did meet him, but not in the
You
Netherlands.
know, sometimes the Scandinavian countries, like I think it's like the Norway, the Netherlands, the Hollands. Like when I was younger, I used to think they
Norway
were
is
like one country. So like now, it's like sometimes difficult for me to remember who is from where. Any notable what do you what do you call them? Nether.
Netherlands, Holland, or Holland or Netherlands,
Is
or
Holland and Netherlands the same place?
yes, and they're not Scandinavian. No,
Oh,
it's Norway, Sweden, and Denmark.
okay, whatever. You met any players from any of those countries when you were there?
Yeah, in most places that I go, not most places, but usually if I go somewhere, I I meet with people from Age of Empires.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so the chat is going crazy because I said Netherlands is part of Scandinavia. Listen. I'm from the Caribbean. Trust me. Like you guys, people make fun of Americans for not knowing like geography. Like, yeah, I don't even, Trinidadians, we probably can't like point out half the European countries on the map. Netherlands is also in the I think they have some islands down. Some of the European countries will have like islands scattered around in the Caribbean. But okay. All right. So you said your favorites, Netherlands and England, UK.
Yeah.
Okay. Any places you're looking to visit? Anyway, excited about?
I guess outside of Europe, I want to go to Japan. I want to go to the States. I want to go
Okay.
to Thailand, maybe.
Nice, nice. Trinidad and Tobago, perhaps?
Not on the list yet. Maybe, maybe
No,
one
the
of the
Caribbean
days.
is not on the list. Oh, come on, man. That's a
Not right
classic.
now.
That's a classic bucket list territory, you know? Everybody wants to go to the Caribbean. And
I
I've
would love to go, but it's not on the list. I would love to go anywhere actually,
I've
but
become the Caribbean's like unofficial AoE ambassador at this point. Everybody that comes on, I have to tell them to calm down. Yeah. All right. Okay. What about like South America? Like Argentina is a popular one that people like to go to. There's the Brazils, etc., etc. No.
yeah, I like if I was
You can say
younger.
no. Just say no if you don't want to go. Listen, we don't need you, okay, John? So if you don't want to come here, just say no. We're not gonna beg you to come, okay?
Yeah, I would go, but usually when Israelis go to South America, they like do backpacking and
You're not about that
stay in
type of.
hostels
Okay, that sounds
and
awful.
do walks, and
No,
yeah,
no.
I'm too old for that.
I feel you, buddy. I feel you. Okay, okay. Um, well, you got pets. You got a
Yes,
doggo.
clown
Um,
cat and clown dog.
is that their name? Clown cat and clown dog. That's what you
It's
call
their
them.
stream names on stream. Yes,
Okay. What are their real name?
Toffee and Ablom.
Okay. Golfrey and the Bloom.
Toffee likes candy. Toffee,
I don't know. We don't have
and
that candy now.
you don't have toffee.
No, we don't. Oh, Toffee.
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 Yes, yes.
Tuffie. Oh,
Toffe, right? Like Dave Han wrote.
oh, Toffee. Yeah, yeah, we got Tuffies. Okay, Tuffy and Clown Cat. Wait, no,
And
somebody just.
Ablom. I will like write it in the chat.
All right. Okay. Anyway. All right. Any other interest that I didn't get to, or that we didn't have mentioned? No?
No, not really. No.
No? Okay. No?
I love concerts, but like it's not real thing anymore. It's not happening. So
I'm sure concerts will be back on at some point. What's your favorite concert you've ever been to?
wow, that's gonna be the worst thing ever that you heard. But yeah, Spice Girls.
What? That's an interesting answer. I was too young for
Uh,
Spice Girls. It was before my time.
no, it was a reunion 2 years ago. It was the best
Oh,
show I've ever
wow.
been to.
You didn't even go to their, like, in the heyday. You went to the Spice Girls reunion. Okay.
Yeah,
All right, well, Um, I mean, I guess Spice Girls were like popping when I was like 8 or 9 or something, or like 6 to 8 or something. So, I mean, I know of them. I probably used to sing their songs, but I have no memories anymore. All I
they're
remember is
amazing.
like, if you wanna be my lover, first you gotta be my friend. Friendship lasts
Exactly.
for something, something, something. Friendship never ends. Tell me what you want, but I can do it. All right, okay, yeah, that's as much, about as much as I remember. Uh, all right. Do you like movies or TV?
Yeah, I watched tons of TV shows.
What's television like in Israel? You guys watch
Well, I
what?
don't I don't watch television. I watch Netflix and I watch online.
Oh,
Like
okay, you don't watch the local Israeli. No, okay, okay. Reaper, we'll ask those questions in the Q&A, which is actually right now. So we're gonna get into the Q&A. All right. So I actually didn't save the questions in advance. What I normally do, which is very lazy of me. So I'm checking Facebook right now to see what questions people left for you. It's taking me quite some time. Right, here we go. So on Facebook, like I mentioned before, we have a Facebook group. I'm an admin on there, so they've asked me to, plug the group when I'm having these interviews. Are you on Facebook?
yes.
Oh, you should come in the group. We got Oppo is in there, ACCM is in there. What's in there? Yeah, one or two other people in there. Kind of just behave like that. You should check out the group. All right, but anyway, so Alan told me he hopes I have my clown costume ready, but we're not clown today. Why are they asking for a victory speech, by the way? What's that about?
But it's an amazing channel points reward on my channel. So you, you
What
have
do
to
you?
try it. Like it's hard to explain.
Yeah, it sounds difficult to explain. But you could give it a go anyway.
Uh, maybe just YouTube it. Vinegar got a link for that.
You have a speech on YouTube?
It's a clip from SpongeBob.
Oh my God. So we're in all levels of clownery today.
Every time that I win, uh, they
Oh,
play it, the viewers.
so this is not a comment, but it's not a question, but it's a comment from um Viboy Roy, whose name is Old Monk on Twitch and AoE. He says he's really cool, so much fun to watch. He even hosted my stream once. So,
Oh,
nice endorsement from Old Monk. I actually appreciate me passing on that message to you. And over on AoE Zone, Project Belgium asks, who would you like to meet at the next LAN event that you haven't met yet?
wow. I don't have any favorites. Basically, any CL that I didn't meet or true CL.
ACCM?
No, any CL member or true
Oh,
CL
any
member.
ACM. Okay, okay. That's a good answer. Coke Zero or cookies from Project Belgium again.
Coke Zero.
Or if anybody has any questions in the chat, just plug my name like that. Franco, what's your favorite color? So I can see your question. So what's your favorite color? That's by Gwen Franco.
Black.
Black, right? It makes sense looking at your webcam right now. And some AoE players actually still tell me it depends. Can you believe that?
Color.
Yeah, I asked Olivia and he was like, "Oh, it depends." I was like, "Come on, Age of Empires players, man. Everything for them is it depends." Anyway, that's enough.
In-game color, yeah, it's green, but like in general, it's
And Project Belgium asked, "Are Smurfs the worst?"
Smurfs are the worst, yes.
Oh, I'm happy you said that because I got a lot of flack on Twitter for complaining about Smurfs.
Now,
Nobody.
Smurfs ruins the game. I hate them. They
Why didn't
are.
you come and defend me on Twitter, Jon Slow?
When?
That's like, I don't know, like a
Link me.
month ago.
Link me. I'll attack
No,
someone.
I don't want to dredge that up. But I am happy that I'm not the only one who thinks that Smurfs an issue. I don't even play like 4v4 ranked anymore. Just to it's too annoying.
Yeah,
And
I
I
hate
read on
them.
the forums that they're even like like discords dedicated to like TG smurfing. I'm like, come on, too much.
Haven't heard of that, but yeah, they're really bad.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us some more about why you don't like smurfing? Why would
Because they ruin the game. Like they should play with guys on their level, and they shouldn't be egoistic and ruin experience for others just because they struggle to find a game or like I don't know
What do you
their
mean us?
reasons.
Until like 2000 Elo?
Yes, but still, I also get smart. I don't want to
Who's
play freaking Hera or MBL on a 2K account when they're 25 plus. I don't.
You could take those guys.
Yeah, but I will most likely lose. Yes,
Yes.
and if I
Okay.
win, I want to take 25 points and not lose 16 because I lost to someone at my rating who
Right,
is way
right.
better than me.
Okay, okay. And all right. Project Belgium ad. Is Project Belgium Smurf? Is he Smurf?
Mm, I don't think so. No.
Okay. Be interested if you ask that question and he's Smurfs. Who are the best three arena players that ever played the game? That's by Project Belgium again.
Arena players
Yeah,
or
that ever played the
uh, me,
game.
Modri, and uh, yeah, probably Eddie.
Okay.
But if we go to non-clown, it's Doubt, Viper, and
Ah, so there's the top.
uh,
So the top three players in the game.
no, but like for example, Leary and Hera are also top 3 players in the game right now, but they're not top clowns. They're
Okay, okay.
not the best on this map. But Doubt and Viper are amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna need 1 sec here. I got some water spill on my computer desk, so I gotta go wipe it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get him banned. Am I muted or not? Should we get him banned? Victory Screech. Victory Screech. Not muted. Victory Screech. Not controversial. What do you mean? No, I'm not. I'm not like that. Reaper, you know me. I'm a delight. I behave. I'm a guest. Greg Bazzi, yeah, and Martino, and Pupil. I have an ice cream waiting for me. That's the only thing I can think about right now. Is a freaking ice cream. but I will finish the interview. Monty is not cuter as a clown dog.
Oh man, Jesus. Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
All right, I'm back. Hello.
Hello, hello.
All right, nice. And let's see where we Zubis asks, marry, smash, marry, kill between Wakito, Dark Noob, and Z Lizard.
Marry, smash, and kill?
You're not familiar with that
No,
game?
I am, but what were the options? Marry, smash, and kill?
Wakito, Dark Noob, Z Lizard.
So, Keto Darkness of this. So, marry Wakito, smash the lizard, and kill Darknoob.
Okay. Is Zubis a Reaper?
No,
Okay. All right. What's his name on AoE Zone? What's Reaper's name on AoE Zone?
Reaper.
Okay. That makes sense. Rex Cedis or Cadis ask, who is the fluffiest of them all?
Darknoob.
He asked, do you think your Discord is too weird sometimes?
Yes.
He says, why are so many weird? Haroon, Morg, Bugam, also the question above. People attracted to your community. Why are so many weird people attracted to your community?
I don't know. I think they're attracted to most communities, but because my community is quite small, then they are more. They look like bigger. But and Bogum is not on their level of those mentioned, so
What are
he's
some
controversial, but not that much.
what are some balance changes you would make for Arena? Civs or maps? Civs
I
or maps?
will. I would replace Leather Arena with Clown Arena, what we used in Master of Arena 6, and
Like
that's
the
about
map?
it. Yeah,
What's the change there?
smaller middle, and like less space between the
Oh,
bases,
okay.
closer to each other.
So a smaller map.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Um, somebody, man, Reaper here is asking your thoughts on circumcision, but he phrased it in a very not safe for Twitch way.
Uh,
You don't have to answer that. You can skip that.
no, I don't. I don't think I have any clear thoughts about that.
Okay. Uh, all right. And on Dredge 94 asks, why are you so slow?
I'm old and lazy. So,
It sounds like
combined.
you were always slow, even from back then. Don't blame it on your age. Don't blame it on your age. Youthful Jon Slow was also slow and lazy.
I get dizzy when the screen moves too fast, so I try to keep
Oh
it
no.
calm.
Okay, all right, no problem. Casey underscore Arian asks, what's the secret of your relationship to be precise? Why does your girlfriend tolerate you streaming, gaming 70 plus hours per week, Kappa?
I buy her cookies. I buy her Kinder, so she's
Is
happy.
that like a euphemism? No?
Something like that. Yes.
Okay, all right. And how many shekels would you pay for Eddie to come back and play AoE2 for a day or a week?
Maybe 5.
5? Okay.
I
All right.
like my shekels and
What's the conversion between shekel and USD?
like 3 and something.
So one shekel is 3 something USD.
No, $1 is like 3 point something shekels.
So 5 shekels is like 2 USD.
A bit less, yes, something like
That's chump change.
I will give him a sub, okay? If he comes back, I will give him
A sub. Okay. All right. I understand that. When's the next? So Casey Arian asks, when's the next clown event after MOA 6 Silver League?
well, first we need to start and finish the Silver League, and then we will see. Maybe it will be on Age of Empires 4, who knows?
Okay. How's your chess career? Is GM FedEx proud of you or disappointed? Oh, how's your chess career?
Is the FedEx is disappointed. It's not getting better. I'm stuck.
Okay. Somebody asked who's the fluffiest of them all. Same person. Oh yeah, so that already.
Mm,
Dave_Hun asks, which is the worst arena sit?
Chinese.
Okay.
Or Hans. Chinese or Hans. Chinese.
Why Hans?
They're Flemish on arena. But no, Chinese are the worst in my opinion.
Uh, let's see. Dave_Hun asks, who's your favorite opponent on ranked?
Every opponent. I guess Ramaku.
Dark
Ramaku's a
Noob
clown.
Dark Noob 92 asks, who is the best CL player?
Lizard.
Reaper asks, Smash, Marry, Kill. Yeah, Dark Noob on.
Who's the first one?
Yeah, YAIR. Yeah.
Yair.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's Yair Netanyahu is the son of our.
So
Oh,
Yair, Dark Noob, and
ignore.
okay, okay. So you can give me a troll question then.
Yes.
Okay, right.
All questions were troll questions. So this is what my stream attracts.
Oh no. Let's see. Intrude here for any more questions that I missed. Dark Noob says for you to shout something PC. No, thank you. People asking for a victory speech. Somebody said something about
Rich.
daddy. Let's see. I'm scrolling down. I missed a lot here. Marinto asks, what is your top 5 worst thing? What is your top 5 things that are the worst?
Mars. People who pick Civ. People who ban arena. Mosquitoes. And people who dodge arena.
How many of the top 5 worst things? Oh no.
You dodge arena? How dare
No,
you?
I don't dodge.
Oh, you ban arena.
Banner. Because of my, my very bad experience that one time against Turks. If they nerf Turks, maybe I'll come back, for 1v1. Mars, why is Mars your top worst thing? What do you have against Mars? Mars never did anything to you.
Who?
The first thing you said was Mars, right? Isn't
I'm
it?
not sure what we are talking about.
The last
And
question.
Smurfs, I meant.
Oh, it's Mars. Okay. Sound like Mars then. All right. Okay. You see, so not only do we have like a language barrier and like an accent barrier, but you're also pronouncing things strangely. So I was supposed to understand what the hell you guys are saying.
Smurfs. That's how we pronounce it on my channel. Okay, Vanguard wanted me to link you the victory screech just so you can check it
Okay, let
out
me see.
later.
Where is it?
I'll
Oh, I'm
put it
gonna
on
play it now.
Discord for you. Yeah.
Oh, Project Belgium asks, if you could play either Nomad or Islands, which one would you pick and why?
Nomad, because less chance for water.
Okay. And let's see. Let's see. What is a nerf that happened to a sim that you miss on Arena?
Eh, I guess Chinese with redemption.
Chinese with redemption. Okay. Um, all right. So that's the end of the questions. So now we're gonna get into a little mini game that I like to play. Don't know if you've seen it before, but if you haven't, have you seen it before?
Nope.
Okay, great. So this is gonna be brand new for you. I'm just gonna ask you some questions in rapid fire, and you have 5 seconds to answer. It's usually like yes or no, or pick something. Right?
Okay.
Okay, you ready, Mr. Solo? Hold on, I gotta
Yes.
close my. Yeah. Sunlight is peeking through, and that did work anyway. All right. Remove one step from the game. Remove one unique unit from the game.
Unique unit. Elephant Archer.
What's your favorite civ?
Mongols.
What's your favorite tech?
Flemish Revolution.
Trebuchets or catapults?
Traps.
Which country would you add to AoE if given the choice?
Israel.
What would you rather fight, one angry large boar or 10 angry goats?
Goats.
Favorite pro player?
Viper.
Favorite streamer?
Uh, Viper.
Burgundians or Sicilians?
Burgundians.
Would you rather to never be able to pick your civ or never being able to pick your map?
Biggest Steve.
Obviously. Reddit or AoE zone?
It's impossible to answer. Yoizon.
Yeah. Remember, you can skip any of these questions if they're too much for you, which
It's
they
fine.
seem to be. Jonah Bach?
Or
Jonah Bach?
or what?
Jonah Bach?
What about her?
Jonah Bach?
No, no comprendo.
Okay, all right. The color blue or the color cyan?
Blue.
Okay. Name one AoE pro you could take in a fist fight.
Anyone.
All right, all right. Mighty words there. Okay, let's go. Pick one player to never lose a game against ever again.
Dark. No.
Who is harder between Pascal and an Eagle Warrior?
Who's harder? Hotter?
Hotter, like I tried.
Husker. Yes.
Pascal? Okay, all right. No hesitation there. All right. Kill, marry, smash. War Wagon, Loom, Aztec Monk.
Mary, Monk. What? Warwagon and what?
Loom.
Heal Loom and Smash Warwagon.
Okay. Arabia or Mega Random?
Mega Random.
Deathmatch or Empire Wars?
Empire Wars. None.
Uh, Nerf Tux,
No.
Nomad or Land Nomad?
Land Nomad.
Yeah. That's level Huang.
That's love, yeah, I don't.
Age of Mythology or Age of Empires 3?
I never played Mythology, so I don't know. I guess Mythology because I would like to play it.
StarCraft or Command and Conquer?
StarCraft.
Okay. Halo or Call of Duty?
Call of Duty.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it. Um,
Was fun.
did you think you passed or you failed?
I never fail.
Okay. All right. You stumbled there once or twice, so
Yeah. Was fine. Was fun.
all right. If you say so, then God, you're grading yourself. Yeah. All right. That's not even your test.
Did I pass? Did I pass? Did I do good?
That's not up to me to decide. So,
I don't trust this chat. They look
what's
shady.
what's in your heart? That's what decide if you win or fail.
I pass.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Jon Slow, for joining me here today. And Jon Slow's community and
Thanks
everyone
for
that
having me.
passed in. Yes, appreciate having the chat. And for everyone tuning in, just remember any subs and donations are going towards the charity I'm doing some work with this month. You could also donate directly to them by checking out the link in the chat. And yeah, thanks everyone for joining and tuning in. I appreciate it very much. And if you have anything to tell me, you can just hit me up on Discord, as I see Rex Cadis has already decided to hit me up on the Discord. And all right, so that's it. We're at the end.
Thanks for having me, and see you next time.